Peaches, 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 peaches. I love you. Man, Bowser was singing that with soul, dude. He was singing that with his soul. Well, one day he shall be. I'm not gonna say successful. I'm gonna say he's gonna be happy one day. And you know, who knows? Maybe Peach will not be the one who will bring that happiness. Maybe if he puts a certain crown mushroom on and becomes Bowser, some plumber make him happy. If you know what I'm saying. But guess what makes me happy? There's SCP called the most profound statement in history, a place setting. I take that back because that title did not make any sense to me. That title did not make me happy, but we'll dive into it nonetheless. And that looks. This cannot be this. Probably is like one of those ones where like it keeps on growing, maybe. Nope. But okay, there's some more to it. There's some more to it. Before we do though, what does make me happy, which this title did not make me happy at all, is when you guys like, comment, subscribe. That's what it is. Just do it. Henry asks of you. He asks of you as well. Would you deny this lovely guy that favor? Are you such monsters that you look at this face and say, I'm not gonna do it? No, not today. Come on. Do it for Henry. Do it for my son. Neutralized, formerly safe. SCP-1496 is to be kept in a small item locker inside 102. At this time, SCP-1496 is believed neutralized. Nonetheless, it is to remain in a safe class containment unit. On neutralization can be definitely confirmed. Description: SCP-1496 is a place setting comprising a plate and several items of silverware. It is no longer displays any ongoing anomalous properties, although records it has affected in the past remains in the affected state. Okay, SCP-1496 was recovered in a raid on the Office of Urban Literary Collective in Quebec, Canada. Prior containment procedures level 2 and up and only. What? Level 2 and up only. Excuse me. So it used to be safe, and this is what it is. SCP-1496 is to be kept in an unremarkable small item locker at Site 102. As the item is so profoundly uninteresting, it is envisaged that few will ever bother to test it. However, should no drying paint be available for viewing, SCP-1496 may be placed in a humanoid containment cell along with whichever unfortunate drew the short straw as the participant. Something to put on -1 may be thrown in if you must. Know that no living being is to be placed on -1 without senior researcher's approval, which is the only approval SCP-1496 will ever get. I see what's happening here. I see what's happening here. The most profound statement is in history, a place setting. I see. That's why it was crossed out. SCP-1496, which is a place setting, is comprised of a grubby, chipped old plate, -1, and a couple of cheap plastic utensils of the type found in the bottom of the barrel of fast food establishments. Yeah. SCP-1496 displays several pedestrian anomalous properties. Firstly, it compels anyone see it before it to construct an opinionated review of anything placed on -1. Inevitably, these reviews will match the participants' usual tone and voice. Participants subsequently asked about the review will not be able to remember anything about it, save for having strong opinions. This is possibly a mimetic effect caused by SCP-1496 being so forgettable. I'm a sucker for SCP logs where the description and special containment procedures steps out of the norm of writing and goes into like more like having a bit more personality behind them. It's impossible to make SCP-1496 interesting anyway. Also, it's impossible to make any sort of record of SCP-1496 that does not have the flavor of an opinionated review Basic details such as SCP-1496-1 being roughly circular will remain unchanged. Other information such as description of the pathetic little prongs on the so-called forks may not. Reviews produced via SCP-1496 seem to exist in the state of superposition or flux. There's a probability of 0.5 that an observer will experience a review as either way enthusiastic or sarcastically dismissive. There's no record of any other sort of review being produced. It is theorized that this would require too much effort. SCP-1496 was dragged out of the refuse of a raid on the office of a low-class radical literary collective in Quebec, Canada, after its effect became apparent in their written output. Poor SCP-1496. It's unremarkable. There's nothing fun about it. It's boring. All that stuff. Select the results of experiments series SCP-1496 E5. E5Q Dr. Katzen. So Dr. Katz. 1 meatloaf sandwich from Site 102 cafeteria dictated to observing personnel. But the really hard task is which is more awful. The rank stench of the revolting mystery meant that was thrown together at this facsimile of food, or the sad little puddle of grease befouling what was already so exclusive for a bread roll. This side cafeteria actually served this to employees. I wouldn't inflict this on a D class. Termination would be mercy. To experiment E5A, Dr. Trebuchet. Nothing. Dash 1 was empty. Dr. Trebuchet made entries in her laboratory notebook per her usual experimental practice. Observed plate. Per procedure. Nothing of interest. Upon close inspection, grease stains, dirt, and damage apparent. Poor quality object. Touched, dirty, chipped areas with bare skin, but no negative effects observed. Superposition bacteria satisfied with mediocrity, too lazy to be invasive or destructive. Note overcome by inability to care about this item, not anomalous effect. You say that, but it looks like everybody is not really caring about this item. E5S D6464, who has a development age of circa 6-year-old and has expressed a mild dislike of vegetables, raw carrot drawing text use, then provides photocopier paper and marker pens. Is that supposed to be say boo or poop or gross? I don't know, but clearly they were not happy with whatever they just ate. So I just assume now that the SCP is, not gone. It's not terminated or neutralized, and it's just that they don't give two shits about it anymore. They just forgot that it exists. So they thought it was neutralized. It's probably still around. It's probably still around, but they just don't care anymore about it.